Meantime, I'll protect it with a nice layer of fiberglass.
Hello? He's here, but he's operating at the moment. Well, would it not be possible to call back later?
Who is it?
It's a lady. Says it's urgent. Apparently you do know her.
Young or old?
What's that got to do with it? Young, I think.
I'll speak to her.
Just a second.
Hello? Maureen?
Maureen Campbell? Oh, good to hear you after all the... It must be, what, 9 years?
Exactly. Well, can't you tell me what it's about? All right, but why the secrecy?
Yes, we've got baboons at the park, but why don't you tell me?
All right. How about Wednesday evening, 9 o'clock at the Crown in the village here? Super. See you then. Bye. Intriguing.
Who was that?
That was a gorgeous dolly bird I went out with at university. She's in surgical research now. Wanted to speak to me about something very confidential. Must be important if she's willing to come all the way down here to see me. Intriguing.
Oh, she had lovely long blonde hair.
I took her to the first night of Kismet. Had to sell my pathology textbooks to pay for the tickets. Beautiful dancer, too. I took her on to Ronnie Scott's, I think. What was it?
Lustful creatures, you know, Mr. Turner.
What are lustful creatures, Ethel?
Tortoises. D.H. Lawrence wrote poems about promiscuous tortoises.
Amazing the things you know.
I also know that you've arranged to meet dear Maggie for lunch. That is when you've operated on the penguin and the porcupine and the demoiselle crane that are waiting in the other room. And when you've finished patching up this poor thing's bodywork.
Bodywork. Beautiful, beautiful bodywork.
Flaming rockers!
I'm telling you, this is going to cause us an awful lot of trouble in the future. If you'd only do it my way, it would be all over and done with, once and for all.
Told you, Paddy, your way stinks.
If I had a penny for every pelican I've done my way, I'd never lost a single one. I'm telling you, I'd be a rich man by now.
Why don't you just shut up and catch me a bird?
Aye, hang on. Right, just a minute now, just a minute. Come on now, big fella, let's have you. Come on. You're my man here. Get you out of the way. That's the one I want now. No, just behave yourself. Come on.
Here now.
Come on. Yeah, go on. Get you off. Now, none of your nonsense. None of your nonsense. Come here.
Right on, Paddy.
That's it. There. Nice and steady.
Put him down here.
Now then. There. Grab yourself a wing there.
Even he's brassed up. Look what he's done on your trousers.
Oh, go on, you dirty skitter.
Come on, let's have a wink.
Huh?
Good morrow, my masters.
Hello, Max.
Morning, Miss, Margaret.
What are you two doing?
Yeah, just giving Herr Professor here the benefit of 1,000,000 years' experience in how to prevent pelicans skedaddling back to Africa every time the fancy takes them.
Stop them flying away.
Yes. The Riley method is to cut this much wing off with a penknife and without the benefit of an anaesthetic.
Well, sure, you can use a scalpel if you want.
I'm not doing it, Paddy. It's barbaric.
Sure, they don't feel a thing. Not a squawk out of them. 2 snips and it's all over with 2 shakes of a lamb's tail.
Oh, it sounds horrible to me.
Right. Which is why I'm feather clipping them. All you have to do is take a couple of the primary feathers off one wing and they can't get any lift off.
The trouble with feather clipping is it has to be done time and time again. Every month or 2, in fact. And then if you forget, Sure, they're up and away, like Murphy's donkey. And even if you do clip them, some of them can still get left off on a really windy day. No, feather clipping is strictly for amateurs. No, you behave yourself, Pat, that's it. You mark my words. Master Bishop's going to be none too pleased to find some of his little beauties on the top of Rochdale Town Hall.
Look, while I'm manager and vet here, it's going to be feather clipping, and that's that. Ah, what have you got there?
Holy mackerel.
Where did you get that?
One of the baboon keepers found it in a bunch of bananas. I was just going to kill it when luckily I arrived.
Drop it, girl.
No.
Stamp on it.
It's a beautiful creature. I've already called him George. Going to make a lovely home for him in an old fish tank I got at my place.
Yes, they make great pets. You know they live as long as the average cat.
Haircuts for pelicans, and now fish tanks for tarantulas. The whole world's going bananas.
Control to Mr. Riley. Some motorbikes have driven straight into the park. Mr. Bishop says intercept and escort out.
I told you, the whole world's going mad. Off the rocker, in fact.
You've got your mods and rockers on Brighton Beach. There's nothing to the mess those maniacs made in here.
Have the police caught them yet?
I reckon there's not enough to go on.
What are them Hells Angels, rockers, or whatever doing here anyway?
Living rough. Pick on a town that takes the fancy, play Merry Hill for a few days, and then move on.
If you ask me, I blame it all on this modern music. It drives them potty.
Morning, Mr. Halliwell. Mopping up through village house to house in case them German paratroopers land.
Well, they up, Ambrose. That's £8 you owe me for that barrel of miles you just blew up. Brano.
Happen well, happen won't. I'm a bit strapped for cash today, Mr. Halliwell. But I'll pay my dues at end at week quartermaster. 3 screw tops of brown to take out lads in my platoon, that's all I need.
That's what you said last night and the night before. That's a dozen bottles you've had on tick this week. And he's not even brought the empties back.
Sorry for duration. I'll settle up with you when I'm demobbed.
Sorry, Ambrose. No brass, no beer.
Ah, go on, Mr. Halliwell. You're a gravely lad. What's 3 brown ales at times like these, with Von Rundstedt mashing his huns across Channel Lane?
Right. Well, now I've built that new sea lion pool down at the park, you ought to go into business legitimately. As a fishmonger. Then a bubble too regular. Stop drinking me out of house and home, you and your army.
Good afternoon, Vicar. I thought you'd be... Oh, my goodness, what has happened?
Desecrated. Wantonly desecrated. And the verger was away.
But it's disgusting. You heard about the crown, I suppose?
Yes. But what sort of mentality could possibly descend to behaviour like this?
May God forgive me. Well, let's put these in the church, Vicar, and then I'll give you a hand tidying up this awful mess.
Yes, thank you.
On you come now.
All right, Paddy, get some of those bikers, okay?
Oh, aye. There was a lot of blue language with them threatening 7 colours of you-know-what. But then I sent for Archibald here.
Naturally.
Well, you know how he hates strangers. As soon as he set eyes on them, he started gurgling and spitting like he'd seen Old Nick himself. Go on, in you go. That's it. End the story. They were off before the police car arrived.
Now look, Paddy, do you think there are as many baboons in here as we started with?
No doubt at all in my mind.
Well, Martin here reckons we are a fair number down.
What? You take a look around you, sir. I mean, I reckon, and I have an eye for these things, that we're up to strength.
Well, Ginger and I keep counting, Mr. Bishop, and I'm not so sure.
Well, how many do you reckon then, eh?
It's the trouble, never the same. He says 48, I say